Hello, everyone. It's Philip here from the Everyday Carry Canada's podcast. Well, this today I will be talking about three things. Follow up on the first episode of the new podcast I'm doing. Just see a lot of haters. People don't like it. Yes, it was too simple. It was too dumbed down for some people. Uh, they wanted more information, more in-depth information on other areas. Well, we have to start somewhere or something with this. And I thought, well, I got a question earlier that morning. There's a reason why I did that topic, wanted to cover that topic in that first episode. It was what is EDC? I explained it. I mean, I probably could have more details, but you know what? It's just how it is. Um, there's a lot of haters. There's a few haters out there. We're all kind of haters in here. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm right now, I don't care. I'm just going to let you guys hate, let it burn great inside, all you want. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do this one. This is more of a follow up off to the first episode. Um, it's, yeah, it's all this that's going on. It's not, it's behind us. They're blocked. The troublemakers have been blocked for good reason. They were basically dictating what I could and could not say on my own show. So yeah, this is how it is. Um, but it's one of those things. I mean, I'm working on getting a couple guests on the show, onto this podcast. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to mention names. It's not set in stone yet. But there's a few people I've been talking to last day or so, last few days, this week, anyways. Trying to get one of them on for a number of years. A little interview chat with him uh, for a good number of years. So yeah, so put that. And actually, part of the other topic I want to talk about kind of plays in with his episode. If we get him on, talk about that as well. So I'll give you a little background here on the kind of the silent topic of today. This little thing which I was going to talk about in the description is actually more so in the description is leadership. Um, okay, here's a simple definition that I remember from 20 years ago, 21 years ago. Holy shit, it's been that long. Wow. The other leadership is accomplishing a mission or task in a manner desired by the leader, by a leader, by the leader. So what does all that really mean? Okay, here's what it means to me is let's say I'm the person in charge, I'm the leader. It's I see a way of doing something. Okay, we gotta do it this way. But at the same time, this manner desired by the leader is the leader's gotta be there's multiple facets of leadership, how each leader is. Some of the great leaders of history, like Richard Winters, to name one, he was that quiet style leader. Other leaders like Richard Marsenko, he was just loud, brash, and abrasive, but he got the job done. Okay, and he was respected for it. So Richard Winters, he was respected for his style. There isn't just one style of leadership. There isn't just one clear cut. That definition is a myriad. It's actually was at the time the Canadian Forces definition of leadership. So also they create the rule. I call the seven P. It's the three F's: firm, fair, and friendly. Okay, I got this from Warren at the time. It was cadets. It was Warrant Officer Katrina Samet and Kathy Petrinas and Kim Lewis. So firm, fair, and friendly. It's got to be. There's got to be firm. Other times, got to be fair. There's got to be friendly. To get that mix, get those three to mix well is a very hard balance. So I'm gonna tell you a couple leadership stories that I personally have had. Okay, first I had as a being in a leadership role. Um, this is cadets, and then most of them will be cadet related. So I was an air member of Air Cadet Squadron for 5 years. Uh, Basically, was an acting flight sergeant due to the age out. That following year, I was actually no longer with the squadron after that year. So I was in a flight sergeant's role in rank unofficially. I was in the flight sergeant role, but not the rank officially in the rank. Um, so as a flight leader, flight commander of Harvard Flight, I took it as my goal was to actually just I was behind the scenes. I was doing the operations, part of the operation, uh, duty role, duty, duty NCO of the squadron for I just stayed doing plus teaching classes, doing all sorts of things throughout the night, and being on drill team as well. So from my position aside, I can actually see a better picture of my flight of cadets. I knew what each of their strengths were, and even as a second commander of the flight with new cadets, earlier on that year, I got to know each of the first years, the newbies, and I, I called them each every week without fail, made sure they're gave them information they need to know, told them to call me if they ever need anything, if they have questions. So yeah, follow the halfway or so through the year. Um, I get told again something happened. I think it was September 11th. I think it was around that time frame. Uh, 2001, September 2001, early in the year, actually. It's early in the year. So I get a phone call from my flight commander of the first year flight. The call, okay, it's like, well, I already did this the night before. I already just finished making the calls. So they already been called. Thing is, this is actually this after that actually, because of they split the first years up into the two flights. I got and I'm getting calls by that's calling cats, and I already answered like 8 calls by this point from my cadet, under me, directly under me. So I made sure they're always informed. So I mean, the leader's job is to keep his followers that are sensitive word, give them that information, allow them to have the information. Oh, so when there's problems, made a question, okay, what's going on or whatever, it's weird's going on. I would get a phone call at whatever time. Um, Even going for one of the parades we had to do, I'm gonna get a phone call as I'm walking in to go. I'm like, guys, they bring it, just bring that piece of kit with you just in case. We don't want you to work, we'll tell you not to work. We can tell you don't need it, we'll tell you. Type of deal. So that wasn't sure. Like, it really depends on the event too where. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna go and at this one communications bit, and I mean I remember the CO of the squadron. We had a little meeting with the corporals and above. it's like he goes to ask, how many of you have received a phone call from your sergeants, your flight sergeants? I'm looking around the room, it's like, look, it's like only my corporals. Put their hands up, it's like, call me. It's the awesome call. Sergeant's here, sergeant's here, sergeant's here, it's here. And I was like, okay. Nobody had to tell me to call for that. So I just went to that side and keep my hands full. I was taking care of it. I didn't have it. I didn't mind whatsoever doing that. But at the same time, it's one of those things. I mean, it's sad to see that a lot of these situations have been misunderstood, misconstrued, all this, but leadership, it's art with its human behavior to mission and task. We have a leader. I remember that little point. So, the drill team, a few of the first years we got out of the drill team. So they're in my flight. Um, and we're formation doing a routine practice here. And I noticed they're doing phenomenal. They're doing an amazing job for being a first year cadet. They're way beyond where they should have been at this point in cadets. And we had a big drill competition that weekend. So we were practicing a little bit harder, more so. And I noticed like this cadet looked very nervous and very kind of wasn't sure of herself. She didn't have they didn't have the confidence for it. And that's I'm bringing stuff back into the car. To do it, to do something to actually to get out of there, to go back home and get ready for the next day. And I was like, I stopped her. I was like, you know what you're doing? I was like, you're gonna be great on the weekend on this other competition. You do fantastic, very well. You're doing amazing well. You can literally see the relief. Your shoulders went back up. Her head was back up. She was confident. She actually kind of had that. And it's just something you have. It's one of those things. It's knowing the sign, like encourage somebody. They're doing good. Let them know. Let your followers know. Let your underlings, you're in charge of, know they're doing a good job. They're doing it very well because you get better performance. I mean, in competition, this cadet did an outstanding job. You win the competition, but yeah, can't win everything type deal. Okay, this is how it is. She did. This cadet did a fantastic job of at that competition. I mean, it's that way. It's tough. Uh, there's leadership situations you face in the workforce, the job force. That you just have to make what you're doing. Like if you're a crew chief or a lead hand or whatever, or just crew lead, just boom, you've been there for 25, 30 years, 40 years. You're looked up by to that as the kind of the go-to person. Even guys in lead hand or supervisor role, they're gonna look to you. They're looking to you. You've been there for 30, 40 years. So you've done it. You've been in the trenches, so to speak. I mean, what? So, what do I respect in a person, a leader? Well, the one thing always say is that you can tell a good leader is one gets his hands dirty. I mean, there's two people I know. One I witnessed firsthand. It was a company I used to work for a number of years ago, and I'm working a Saturday shift, just an overtime shift on a Saturday morning, and it's like I see somebody who's not wearing a blue work shirt, he's wearing a black jacket. I'm like, I don't. It's the other end of the building. I was like, what's going on here? I see who it is, the president of the company. He's out on the floor helping us on a Saturday doing production. So right there, that's really I can trust this person, this leader. I know him for a long time. I know this person for a long time. I know they work for. Uh, I knew the owners of the company for a number of years too. So it's just like one of those things. It's crazy actually to think that everything that happens, like the leadership wise, what causes somebody to respect? What happened? How it gets that respect from people? It's just, I was saying, you have to earn respect to get it. You have to earn it to get it. Respect is earned, not given. Basically, is another way to say it. A lot of people don't understand that. Well, that's stupid. Well, they say, oh, that. Well, it's. I mean, how I try to run the everyday carry Canada. Like my philosophy for it is, you know what? I'll keep you guys in the loop as much as possible. As I'm going to be posting a few things probably today or tomorrow or this week about a few of the plans, and that's how it is. I mean, we're doing stuff like this. We'll try to do things, but I feel like a way to get a lot of things going on with the group to get that's really to get more things done, and we can actually get in a position. So that's basically trying to do leadership blog. I'm trying to kind of get my trusted inner circle built up to help me run Everyday Carry Canada. I do have a few good guys, at some top notch people who help me out with this in moderation roles. Unfortunately, due to events that I've lost, I I feel bad for it too. Some people I've known for 10 plus years that I can't trust them being admin role. What's that say to you? I absolutely trust Richard, but I can't. But I'm not going to put my hard work in jeopardy again. Okay. Like go back to the haters and the that. I mean, the haters. I'm not going to say where they're from, what group they're from, or who they are. But it's sad. It's really sad they're behaving. I'm just going to say this. Like yesterday, I was helping one of my housemates out with a few little moving jobs, couple pieces, picking up a couple few pieces of furniture. Um, so I come back home, check them, sit down at the computer, start. I see I have like my message just lit up. I have like 30, 40 messages from one person. Uh, and it was ridiculous. Like accusing me of making stuff up and all this whole 9 yards. I go, well, they say, well, I'm not going to his party on their party line. Well, I'm not attacking. I don't attack any groups. I built that group up. I built that group up for about 2, 3 years for you and Dwayne. So I was at one of those things. Okay, I was in a leadership position in that group for since it's well, I created. Um, and it's just one of those situations where I'm like, I just went, okay, I'm gonna ignore I read them all. I just kind of laughed it all off. It was just ridiculous what he said. It was, I don't know, the threats he was making. And all this. I felt absolutely. lies that he was saying were just ridiculous and not worth repeating, really. And I mean, it's leadership. I, I mean, I kind of feel stupid, honestly, that I gave him power. I put him in a leadership position over there. And I mean, I'd say it's always 2020. I know a few people knew what who and what exactly I'm talking about. Those are the ones that understand the situation, so they know they're and we're not really talking about who and where when this all happened, but this is the situation. This is really not. So it's like looking at it, it's like you know what? I'm a good little bit grumpy and just anti-social people. It's too peoply if there's some speak. Well, there's a reason for that. If I'm not in a talking mood, they know that I'm not talking mood. And I mean, talked to one of the members of the Everyday Carry Canada last night. And we're talking about leadership. We're talking about this podcast. And yeah, it's like you don't look nervous when you go on. You do a great job at it. It's like, I can do it because I get too nervous. I'm sorry about mentioning names. You're supposed to mention who they are. I mean, I told them I'm nervous every time before I go on. But I hit that little, the count goes down. I get nervous, but as soon as I get going, I'm fine. I always try to be clear, take my time. Don't know. But yeah, that that kind of brings us into a little bit of part of my leadership training. I learned to be a leader, in like for leadership in the class. Summer 2000. Go figure. I remember when this happened. Um, I was in the leadership. No, 99 or 2000. I think it was 99. Yeah, 2000. One of those 2 years. I did two courses, so one was 99, the other was 2000. Whatever it was. That was leadership. You had to do public speaking. So this is where it comes. I hated public speaking. Just couldn't do it. It's one of those things. It just I had to get I had to do it because you have to be an instructor and all this too. It's like okay, now I just start talking. Well, bonehead me because I'm not big. I don't like public speaking. I don't like being up front with people. I kind of made a was trying to use a little bit of humor. Started I kind of went a little bit too hard after I said it. I go, oh. So I kind of walked out of the room, composed myself for about 30, 35 seconds or so, however long it was. Came back and started on the fly as I'm walking back into the room. That was I didn't plan it that way. That was just impromptu, pure, spontaneous kind of like, oh, I just did this. I'm done. I was not to get so much shit for what I said. But the instructor I kind of made the comments about doing, they kind of, you know what? They used like, I apologized to him that it came out the wrong way. And it was just like, but I was like, okay. I got a response. It wasn't the right response, but I got a good response. When I had their attention for the whole 3, 4, wherever long I was up there for. Yeah. Okay. Fast forward to about 10, 11, 12 years later. Here's where a voice is actually useful. And you have a voice. And if you use your voice right. I was asked to speak to the City Council of Toronto. That was Mayor Rob Ford was mayor at the time, and it was about a shelter traditional housing program that was need to be moved. Was moved. They're trying. People think they're shutting. No, they're just trying to move it. They're trying to find a suitable spot for this program. So, like I said, I hate public speaking. I'm talking to like Rob Ford, Adam Vaughn, Shelley Carroll, the whole a bunch of the high guys been there for a long time. City of Toronto, city council there. And I'm going on talking and I just kind of looking at the scanning the faces of the city councilors and I interrupt Adam Vaughn. I get a thumbs up if I said something that was powerful and hit struck home. Okay, it was. I can't remember exactly what I said now. But yeah, and about 2 years ago, I'm talking to a local candidate for the federal election. I'm not going to mention the candidate's name or riding where I am. I told him an idea about how to make housing rental rates affordable for everyone. There, he calls it the fill factor. So a couple weeks goes by, talked about them. He goes and says, I'm somewhere, I'm getting a cup of coffee, one where I help. Where at the time I was well helping out with a few things. And the director of this program, hey, this person Sarah needs to see you. This person Sarah needs to see you. But, okay, well, I was at this debate last night with the candidate, and they said, well, this person told me this is one way to kind of help for the housing in the city or in the country. Apparently, everybody in the room's jaw dropped, silence in the room. And the person, the director's like, well, only I know that has the balls to say that to anybody who just like, just to speak up is Phil. So she comes to me and matched the name that was given there was me. So she knew who it was right off the top. It was like she comes and talks to me. It's like, yeah, like that was a good idea. She just said it's complex. You just have to hold them. You hear a pin drop in this room of politicians and reporters. I'm like, okay, and it kind of clicked in right then and there. The power of one's voice is important. You need to use our voice. I mean, if we don't use our voice, we get walked on and trampled on all the time. So yeah, and I can tell you one thing: some people just don't like that. I use my voice, and sometimes I get short on the stick. Other times I get kind of praised for it. But I'm going to say this: like haters today, any haters that watch this video, bring it, keep it up. I don't care. I'm going to basically do one of these days. I will do a video on all the comments that I received. I did email ones from the comments I received by some of these haters. I'm not going to post them. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, and I just start laughing my ass off when I read them this morning. I couldn't sleep. Well, I was thinking about what I was going to do with this video actually, and it was like I knew I was going to do something today, midweek. I know this throw something out, and I was like, okay, yeah, I had to have a little bit of a laugh, and I did. Not all of them are there. There's some that are no longer there, so like, oh well. Yeah, I just it's harassment. These comments and posts are just absolute pure harassment. Very insulting, very demeaning in nature, and just not. There's no basis of fact. It's based in their little small little world of fact, not the real world of fact. Um, the center. I mean, I could go on and do this political stuff. I mean, that's not worth it. I'm not going to do it today. We're already at 30 minutes right now for the show episode. And I'm in one of those kind of states of mind. It's like, you know what, I'm in a good mood today. It's not a bad day, actually, compared to the last few days. I was like, you know what, you can have it. You can have your 14 or however many thousand plus members. You're going to see your true colors very shortly. I swear. I have a feeling about some probably know your true colors already. Um, there's things I can tell you that would shock you about what's going to happen. One of our long time, a good guy who I bought a couple of knife off recently. He is a small business. He might be the main distributor. He's the distributor here in Canada knife for sport knives, but and he's this very small. He's a small business than let's say SNR or Wars and Wonders. It's a one man operation over there. He does woodworking. He does all sorts of things. So I mean, and he got hated on because he was his posts always had to do something with one or two knife brands, Sport, Puma. I'm like, I back him up 100%. I mean, I saw it. I recognized the name from my own travel. So, okay, I know who this guy is. I'll give him, throw him a few, give him the freedom to do what he wants. 'Cause that's just my style of leadership. Right? Okay, but okay, I know where roughly he's from. Okay, he's seen by talking a couple times. He's the person. I kind of, oh, that's, tell me more about that knife. I kind of screw that. So I get the information. It's like, send it PM me. So we got talking. I ended up back a couple months ago. Was able to buy a couple knives off. I bought the kit off him. And he sent this with a production one, so I said, well, I'm making the other one. So I mean, I'm gonna do a proper review. I'm gonna wait till I get him. We can have him on the show to do a review of it. We talk about it. Do a proper, like a two-way review of a knife. Like I've said in posts too on the page in the group, like this knife for what it's capable of, it's what it's capable of doing and how well thought out. Just the concept. I think it's you're just one of those knives. We'll do the actual review on them. I mean, I think 20, say, the average price on them is $25, right? Not a very expensive knife, 25 bucks in that range. And I think these things they're worth 30 times that amount. Yeah, that's how effective and useful they are. How solid and reliable they are. Um, I'm also going to doing an episode review on this little guy here. Nothing fancy, it's cheaper. A butter name, basement brand name. It's good, but overall, it's a good little light. Excellent light. So far as I can tell. Very bright. This is the kind of light there's a couple lights I wish that somebody would get and have a remote action pointing at his face. Right? It senses the face, it goes full of it. That's just my kind of my sarcastic, nutty, crazy side. Because apparently I'm crazy. I need mental health. Mental health help. No, I just need to not deal with complete dumbasses. Let me say it. I don't deal with stupid people very well. So that's just that's how I would deal with animals. To be honest with you. Sometimes they make you smile. I don't know if this make you smile. They're cute, cuddly, and purple. Cat, dogs, horses, doesn't care. They're all nice to me. On that note, um, they're off sidetrack there as usual, but it's one of those things. It happens. It's a show. It's everyday carry. I go on tangents all the time. So we always went. I always go on tangents sometimes, but we talk about leadership. We talk about haters. What do you do with a hater? You just laugh it off, laugh at them. That you're just jealous. You're just jealous that you can't this. And what is EDC follow up? I mean, we're going to cover that again. I'm going to do this a little bit briefly for a few minutes. Anyways, before I close out the show. EDC is basically anything that you carry with you on a day-to-day basis. So to consider your stuff you have, like you're always going to carry your wallet, cell phone, whatever. They're EDC, but they're not kind of that special. Okay, here's one. Just about everybody carries one. Most people don't use wallets. So, um, those like it's items like for me, like the vape would be in it. This guy would be in it. Uh, Flashlight, what is that one? Would be in it. Stuff like that. A multi-tool, pad and paper. That's basically anything you carry with you that you need on a daily basis. Challenge points, little pocket jewelry, pocket fidget that stuff. The fidget with the coin. I would prefer rather fidget with the coin or a little uh, roller bearing, ball bearing. Don't ask. They're simple. My hand's decently simple. These fidget spinners, like that's too expensive. Give me a $20 roller bearer for Canadian Tire or Parts Source or something. Just be a cheapo one. I'm good. I just like, yeah. Some people are very simple. They have simple tastes. I don't like here. Everybody here in Canada. One of my favorite things to do is to say, follow the rules, guys. No elitism on gear. I mean, I don't care. Like, oh, that's this. If you don't like it, just scroll on by. Just keep on scrolling. Um, Subscribe. Boom. Yeah, the whole 9 yards. Just subscribe if you want to watch. Keep, keep following us. Um, Group is Everyday Carry Canada International. Uh, Obviously, podcast is, find it. Everyday Carry Canada International Podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Whole 9 yards. Like, follow the rules. Like, that's one thing I say. We don't have elitism. I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate bullies. I do not tolerate a lot of things on the group, and even here on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping this up in about 2-3 minutes. I'm in the wrap up phase right now, so it's we always try to cover we cover like leadership topics, haters, and what is EDC. Like EDC could be any number of things you care, like vaporizer, pocket knife, multi tool, pen, paper, those. This could be anything extravagant. It's what you need to get through your day to day, the day. That's what you carry. Um, Certain things, glasses. You sometimes need some glasses. Carry a little rag with you, a little all these little guys. Uh, that's the type of thing that you got to do. So I mean, EDC. It covers a lot of different items. It moves weight carry. If you do work EDC, so you have to carry pump control with you all the time. That's your work EDC. If your weekend EDC, your home EDC is different. There's a lot. It's lighter. See, I have two different kind of things. I have a light EDC, heavy EDC. Heavy EDC is I'm going out to do some repair work or some maintenance work or troubleshooting or so along those lines. So I carry a different kit. If I know what I'm doing, going out there to do is electrical or mechanical or whatever, I can pack my bag of the tools I need. I have the basics with me. So in one bag, and that's how it goes. Um, and it's just, we have to always look and think about that. It's what's in our systems. Like, what do we need in our systems for a day-to-day basis that works? So most times, this is my go-to. I have another go-to net that's always in my pocket too, and actually thinking of actually retiring it. I'm gonna do it. I love this knife too. Absolutely love it. If I can find another one, I'm going to trade this with somebody through a different one. Okay, it's basically who had this before me. It's kind of what his quad just wanted to it. It's like, you know what? It reminds me of tr- a troubled individual. It's a certain individual, and I still want to be able to have that thought. I love this knife. Teak Tack 2. It's a phenomenal carry knife, especially for exactly what I do, where I need that one handed ability sometimes, a lot of the time. Um, yeah, there's that's part of it. Like EDC, so and each system carry system who is individual, very individual to the person. So I mean, mine is definitely different from say Richards or whoever, any of the other the admins. I mean, if you want to carry a Gonzo gas station dollar store knife like this guy, go for it, post it. It's these are they work, they do the job, they do the job. I'm not so that's the thing. So yeah, it's every system's individual to you, the person's doing carrying it. What you want to carry is up to you. Like if you feel like you're carrying a tenacious day or a acidity day or a sport day or whatnot, guess what? Carry what you're most comfortable with. I mean, what you feel comfortable with carrying on a day-to-day basis. I would say, okay, just carry a sword with you. If you don't want to carry a sword, don't carry a sword. I carry it because I know its value is proven itself to me every time over. To me, it's worth every time what I paid for it. Uh, in only a couple months. It's just one of those guys. It's reliable, comfortable, good shape, very simple design, easy to clean, easy to fix, easy to tighten things up. Type of yeah. So yeah. On that note, have a great day, everyone, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. It's May 5th, 2021, at about 12:32 afternoon. So thank you for tuning in. Um, yeah, there's a few little hmm, guests coming up soon. Hopefully coming on just for two. I don't know. It's one of those things. The guests. I'm not going to say who the guests are just yet. They're still not solid yet. Thank everyone for watching, and including the two new guys that just popped on. Thanks for tuning in, and unless you are a certain group of people. Um, have a great day, everyone.